say that after careful reflection, I wish to state that come 2027, I will not defend my seat on the current party ticket. I will later, at a certain stage, communicate the platform which I will present myself to the electorate.
In Kenyan politics, it is rarely the loudest moments that matters most. It is the quiet ones. Not dramatic resignation, no angry press conference. Just a governor sitting at a private office in Nairobi, calmly announcing that when 2027 comes, it will not be on the ruling party's ticket. Murang'a Governor Irungu Kang'ata has become the most prominent UDA insider from Mount Kenya to publicly signal a political break with President Ruto's party. And the way he said it, measured, respectful, almost surgical, make it more significant, not less. Because there is not a man burning bridges. There is a man who has already decided the bridge leads nowhere. On May 3rd, 2026, Governor Kang'ata issued a carefully worded statement and addressed journalists directly. The core message was clear. He will not seek re-election on the UDA ticket in 2027. He has not yet named the platform he will use. That announcement, he says, will come later. What makes this political significant is everything around that core message. Kang'ata did not attack Ruto. He did not declare opposition. He went out of his way to acknowledge years of working together and to state that his disagreements are not personal. He also confirmed he will remain a UDA member and cooperate with the national government for the remainder of his term. There is a geographed exit, deliberate, dignified, and in Kenyan politics, that kind of exit usually signals that someone has already made a calculation about where they are going. They are not just ready to stay or to say it yet. More revealing than that announcement itself is the diagnosis Kang'ata offered about why he is leaving Ruto's party. He described visibly political difficulties facing UDA in the Mount Kenya region. Difficulties he attributed directly to strategic errors made by the party. He warned that if the current trends continue, UDA elected leaders in the Mount Kenya region risk being swept out in 2027, drawing a direct parallel to what happened to Jubilee Party in 2022. When a party that once dominated the region collapsed almost entirely at the ballot box. That comparison is not accidental. Kang'ata lived through the Jubilee collapse. He was Senate Majority Whip under that administration. He is telling anyone paying attention that he sees the same warning signs now and that he is not prepared to go down with the ship a second time. He also spoke about feeling sidelined, about getting the impression of being played, about the gap between being inside a political structure and actually having influence within it. These are the fractions or frustrations of a man who tried to work within the system, found the system unresponsive, and is now choosing a different path. To understand the weight of this movement, you have to understand what Murang'as represent in Kenya's political architect. Murang'a is not a peripheral. It sits at the heart of Mount Kenya political geography, a region that delivered critical votes for President Ruto in 2022, and without which his path to a second term becomes very difficult to map. Kang'ata himself acknowledged this dynamic. He noted that while the president draws votes from across the country, he, as a Murang'a governor, is accountable specifically to that constituency. His political survival is tied to the region in a way the presidency is not. That divergence of interest is exactly why Mount Kenya politicians are recalculating their position. When a sitting governor in a key Mount Kenya county says publicly that UDA is losing the region, not that it might lose it, but that is losing it. That is not opinion. That is a ground level assessment from someone who holds office there and faces voters there every day. Kang'ata's move does not exit in isolation. It is one data point in a pattern that has been building for months. Rigathi Gachagua, the removed deputy president, has been working aggressively to consolidate Mount Kenya political identity against the Ruto administration. Uhuru Kenyatta has been re-emerging in public spaces, signaling a political presence that the government has found threatening enough to respond with to a coordinated attack campaign. And now, a sitting UDA governor from the region is working towards the exit. Each of these developments, taken alone, could be explained away. Together, they describe a region undergoing geopolitical realignment. The question is not longer whether Mount Kenya is shifting. The question is how far the shift goes, how fast, and whether it coheres into a unified political force before 2027.